There we go. And welcome back to Get Going Fast. I just said all this saying like, hey, welcome and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go test to make sure that I was online. And sure enough, I was not yet going live. So that's why I got to do these tests. So anyways, welcome to Get Going Fast in the weekly live Q&A. Says that we are streaming. Oh, there's the sound that proves it, I guess. And if we go over to our browser real quick, we will just confirm that as well. Beep, bop, bop, beep, boop. Yep, there we go. Nonsense advertisement. And God, look at that. Devilishly handsome fellow right there. My goodness. Who'd have thunk it? So, welcome back here. As usual, we'll kind of kick the dust a bit and wait for people to show up. Looks like Nine-Layer Nige is here, or Nigel as we affectionately call him. Welcome here at Nige. Looks like also Alan has shown up as well. So we'll give them a quick hey there. Hey guys. Cloudy Day is here. What's up, Cloudy? Yo! He says hi, Gary. I'm like, what's up? Right back at you, Cloudy. Good to have you guys. And we got Mike K coming in. Oh, Mike. Guys, get ready to do some applaud. Mike is one of our subscribers over on YouTube. So he gets all the accolades. Everyone. Hey, everyone. Mike just walked in the room. Hey, what's up? So welcome, Mike. Good to have you. When you, I think it's like $2-3 a month, and you basically get shouted out and being told what an awesome guy you are. Just like Mike K is an awesome guy. You can tell because of the little blue star next to his name. Good to have you, Mike. Colin Urbs is here. Hey, guys, guess what? The developer of Framepack Studio is here. That's Colin Urbs. So great to have him. Be sure to throw some questions over at him. We have some big updates that are coming. He's not setting a time frame on that yet, but evidently it's going to be huge. Okay, so be sure to chat him up there as well. Colin and I have made tentative agreements here that he's going to keep me in the privy of the things that's going to keep Get Going Fast in privy with the things that he's working on, and that way we're going to be the first to be able to tell you the updates that come out. And that means when he releases, because Colin's in charge here, Collins is the man, yo. When he releases his updates, we're going to be right on the heels with getting you guys updated with videos and whatnot about what to expect and what's coming up. Not so much reviews as more of kind of tutorials and just showing you. Okay, it's up to you to decide if you like it. I don't really usually review stuff. I just show you how to use it, and you guys use it there. Yo, we got Steve Kennedy is in the house, another blue star. So what's up? Let's go. Hey, Steve. Good to see you. Yo, everyone go shake Steve's hand. Go shake. Don't let go of Mike's hand, but shake Steve's hand as well. Steve, you're welcome here. Again, another $2 subscriber over here on YouTube, which means that he gets shouted out and stands out in the crowd. Don't you all want to stand out in the crowd, yo? Get the patted on the back. So good to have you here as well. Looks like Malcolm Price is here. Malcolm, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you, mate. He is over across the sea. He's in the King's country, God, King, and country. So welcome as always to have him around. So Colin is working. He is at work. So thank you for Colin for popping in to say hi. It's always great to have you. I'll write that here. Great to have you, Urbs, for whatever we can get at you. You guys might, from whatever time we get from you. Gosh. Okay, multitasking collision here. So Duck just came in. What's up, Duck? Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Point is here. Pointing at you, Point. Good to have you. So this might be a good opportunity to ask Colin some questions here before he has to get out of here, right? So if you got some questions, pop them up here. We'll try to see. As I said, he's informed me that We're not putting a time frame on it. He's got a big, massive update coming, and there's some cool stuff going on, like possibly being able to actually use different grids on the screen to say what you want to be happening, so you can actually be generating different sections of the area, stuff like that. He's really taking this model and expanding what you can do with it. Now, again, I want to give props to Elias Veal. Elias Veal is the one that actually went ahead and created the models for Framepack, but Colin Urbs here is the guy that's taken it and he's put it into a studio format for us, okay? And so it's because of him we getting all this great stuff, okay, that we're able to do. And like I said, he's working with Get Going Fast here to make sure that we are privy to info. Okay, we should probably move on here, but I'm enjoying you guys here in the comment section, I gotta say. Now, Steve over here, one of our blue collar guys here, blue star fellas, says, dumb question, but what's the plan messaging between when to use Framepack versus Framepack Studio? Okay, good question. Maybe Colin could speak into that, but I'm going to tell you, Framepack is essentially the models. Now, this guy named Elias Veal came out and he developed Framepack. So it's you download it like Focus or something like this, or SD Forge, okay? Now, when we're using GitHub repositories and the such, what we can do is we can fork off of that. So you think of a fork, you come to a road, one goes to the left, one goes to the right. So Elias Veal makes the main branch, okay? Like the stump, which is Framepack. And then what happens is we can use his stuff here and it'll go in whatever, we fork whatever's going to go, whichever way that Elias Veal is going to go. But Colin over here has forked in another direction, says he's making a studio which is all inclusive. So that means if you go back to the original Framepack, you are not going to have all of the features that Colin has made in his fork. Okay, so it's kind of, you know, what is that? Is it T.S. Eliot that talks about, says, well, I was walking and basically I'm walking and I came across a fork and I decided to take one or the other, and that's made all the difference in my life. Okay, I'm going to sob thinking about that poem. It's such a beautiful poem. But likewise, in not such a beautiful way as maybe your heart taking a fork, but in a similar metaphor, we take these branches and then we decide which fork we're going to follow. And we're following Colin because Colin's doing some excellent stuff with Framepack Studio, which means that Framepack, the original Framepack, the Framepack F1, whatever models are going to come, he is going to incorporate it into the studio experience. Okay, so we're really choosing experiences here. And we're sticking with Framepack Studio because it's awesome. It's easy to use. It's got active... Like, this is going to be Colin's main gig, okay? And we'll talk about more of that. So, Steve, what I would do, I'm long-winded, okay? Hey, excuse me. Is go to framepack.getgoingfast.pro and download Framepack Studio. That's what you need. And we'll be keeping that updated every week or whenever these regular updates are coming out. So eventually it's going to look totally, it'll be all using the same technology, but it's going to be faster, it's going to be better, it's going to be doing stuff that the base is not. So that is my answer to you. Okay. With all of that said, all that energy expended, I'm going to bed. See you guys later. No, I'm just kidding. Let's pop over and look at a few things. Framepack Studio, does it support face swapping? Okay, I'm going to say a big no on that one as of now. There is Framepack Comfy UI. So Steve, if you know how to use Comfy UI, then you can install the Framepack nodes, and then you can install Reactor onto that. So Reactor is so easy. I got a bunch of videos on how to add Reactor to your Comfy flows, and you pretty much got your Comfy flow that's going here. Reactor just pops right in there. You just pop it in, you pop it back out. So you could use it that way, but that's not Framepack Studio. Colin, hey Colin, are you thinking about putting a face swapping ability in there at some point? I don't know. We'll see. Duck says, isn't it odd how AI workflows and their refinement reminds me more of farming? How so, Duck? Follow up on that one with us. Malcolm says, would be good for a good negative prompt packed layout to get better results with Framepack Studio. Okay, that's actually Colin. Okay, Colin said something. I'll read it in a second. Colin, that's actually a good question. People have been mentioning, let's say, that it's difficult to prompt. So, you know, perhaps Colin, you and I could sit and you could give me a tutorial, or we could do something. Maybe when Colin's a very busy guy, but maybe at some point we could get together, do a live stream thing where you show us some prompting techniques, or maybe even add on there a little button that says examples, prompting examples, and when you click it, it pops up some examples of stuff too. Because that is the one major complaint that I've heard about Framepack Studio, is that it is difficult to prompt. And Malcolm here is saying it would be good to have some negative prompt stuff in there as well too. So I don't know if you can do that or not. I'm assuming, I'm an optimistic guy. You know, I'm like, you give me a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, I'm quite happy. The next day you give me toast and an egg, I'm like, holy crap, man, this is getting better. And, you know, so pop me up to pancakes and bacon, I'm great. But I was happy with the bowl of cereal too. So I'm a very optimistic guy when it comes to this kind of stuff. And Colin says prompt augmentation is coming at some point. So, okay, anyway, good stuff. Boy, we're getting a lot of questions. I want to pop over to something. I feel bad that you're just having a look at my ugly face. Steve here says, Framepack Studio question is, Google's VO3 model public, so can I use it locally like Framepack Studio and or One? Okay, let's use this as an opportunity to, pop over to the browser. There's stuff I want to show you over here, but let's go check out VO3. Okay, now, as far as I understand, VO3 is a paid thingamajobber. So we're going to take a look at this, but really quickly, Colin has to go. He says, I have to get back to work, but I'll be around, and I'm in the FPS Discord. So he's in there's a Discord over on thing for Framepack Studio. You can come ask questions. And he is around at our Get Going Fast Discord as well, which is a great place as well, because we're general based. So you can talk about Framepack Studio, you can talk about Juan, you can talk about Vase. We're going to be looking at Vase soon. You can talk about Hunyuan, you can talk about chat bots, you can come over and send stupid memes and give us your crappy AI music, and we'll listen to it. And I don't know if we might, depending on how comfortable we feel with you, we might tease you about it. Otherwise, we'll be like, hey, it's awesome. Good job. Keep it going. So, but yeah, you can connect over there. Okay, yeah. So points out it's $250 a month for VO. So it's obviously awesome. Okay, I mean, now I will point out that like this video here, you can get this kind of stuff with open source. I know I'm making a bold statement, but I have run these before where I've taken images of this. I've ran it through ChatGPT and said, give me a system prompt that recreates this. And then I've run this in Hunyuan and stuff like that. And if you get a good enough model of Hunyuan, you can basically recreate this. Now, the thing that makes VO and all this stuff incredible is going to be the consistency of the stuff that it's building. Okay. The physics are going to be incredible. Okay. I mean, look at that. It looks pretty damn real. Notice the little rock shaking as he's moving. So that's kind of the physics side of stuff. You can get this pretty dang close. Okay. But you will notice a difference. And the other thing with VO is it's just going to take a couple minutes to run. But you're talking $250 a month. And again, as far as I understand, once you're running this stuff, you still only get so much. It's not unlimited. So, wow, that's cool. But again, my guess is you could do this. Now, you could easily do this with image to prompts, image to video, create that picture, and then run this through LTX, run it through WAN 2.1. Image to video is obviously the easiest way to go. Maybe that's what they do here. I don't know. Maybe they take your text, turn it to an image, and then turn your image into a video. But But you could do this open source. And you can get it all over at getgoingfast.pro. Yo. Okay, let's see. I better catch up. Everyone says, thanks, Colin. Seems like VO3 is so much better than Juan and Hanyuan. That's what Steve says. Well, yeah, because it's a professional model. So, but it's $250 a month worth of better than Juan and Hanyuan. Okay. Dave V is here. Welcome, Dave V. Yo. VO3 image to video is not great in my opinion. Okay, so there you go. So image to video is probably, or text to video is going to be the thing. I found that with Hanyuan and with Framepack. Listen, Framepack Studio is awesome. Okay. And I'm working on Vase right now, which we're going to be released to you guys. The image to video on this stuff is, I want to say the F word is in that F word in awesome. Okay. It's incredible. If pretty much the quality that you can generate the image at is the quality that you can, animate. Okay, Roland G says free. I don't know what's free about VO3. Maybe you can try it. Point says, yeah, someone was saying 75 cents per 1 second, but then someone was talking about 8-second videos. I did the math and it was like $1.70 per second. Ouch. It hurts. Yeah, that's painful. So my philosophy on, yes, you got to upgrade. I think that I've tried, oh, here we go. This must be what dude is talking about. It looks like you get 1 month trial. But what do you get with it? Get more access to new and powerful stuff. Gemini app. Who care? I couldn't care less about the Gemini LLM. The Gemini chatbot sucks beans as far as I'm concerned. I don't like it. Not a fan. Flow. Access our AI filmmaking tool, custom, Whisk. Higher limits for image to video creation with VO2. Notebook LLM is amazing. I use that for free. So then you can use Gemini in your Gmail and Docs. So this would be cool. This is going to be like a RAG system. So a RAG system is basically a retrieval system. So you put in your documents and then you can ask chatbots about it. So evidently for $20 you can have it. You can give Google access to all your private information and it can it can search it. Now I will point out, along the lines of the RAG augmentation, we talked about this last week. There is this app called GPT for All. I'm going to try to load it up just now. And you can use it offline. And then you can give it access to your sensitive information. So, but that's where we're going. There's no when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, my 30s, it was still a world where you could be pretty certain that no one had your social security card. You don't give your ID for much because people were still kind of like, I don't want the government knowing this stuff. We're so far past that. I mean, they have your fingerprints, they have your face scans, they probably have your saliva and whatever. So we're just going into a future where the government knows government and corporate know everything about you. Anyway, so there is this app over here, this GPT for All. Beep, beep. Where am I? Hey, look at, there I am. What's up? And with this one, you actually can load your own docs as well, your fragmentation. So here I loaded a bunch of D&D booklets into here. And then you can actually use certain models. I was just practicing with this Reasoner V1. It works really good. So I actually opened up the books. You open a new chat. I opened up a book, one of the D&D books, and I asked it some questions about dwarves, and it did. It got the information correct. So that's pretty cool. It does matter the models you use. So I used DeepSeek with this. DeepSeek's not good for retrieval augmentation. Notice all of these Gemini things, though, are. So you could try Gemini with this, whatever you want. But anyway, the point is it worked pretty darn good. All right, but getting back to your Google stuff, I'm not seeing what kind of video generation you get for this. So here's your $250 per month, and they dropped it to $120. They dropped it to a much more reasonable $125 per month. Good Lord. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that with the get started, you do not get any Google VO. Here it says generate and animate images. So this is like a video to image. I haven't been able to get it to do it. It always says I'm out of credits. Anyways, I'm not a big Gemini fan, but Google used to be a lot safer, in my opinion, back in the day. It used to be a Google file. I loved Google. If you guys remember back in the early 2000s, in the 90s, 2000s, their motto was do no evil. And then sometime around the early 2000s, they changed it because, of course, everything has to go postmodern and what is evil? And it's like, it's pretty obvious what evil is. Don't fuck people over, right? Don't do shitty ass stuff where you use your platform to affect politics and to try to socially engineer stuff. That's pretty easy. Don't do evil. But they got rid of it. And then, of course, once they get rid of that, then the social engineering came in. And that's why, in my opinion, a lot of people don't trust Google anymore. I don't trust Google anymore. But you can't beat their products. Google still is awesome. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. But they're still awesome. So, yeah, you take it for what you want. Okay, let's go back to our notes. Let's find something interesting to look at. I guess let's just go back to here. Maybe there's another image thing here. All right, let's go read our notes. Okay, we're talking about VO image, not great. Length, open source. Point says, yeah, someone was saying 75 cents per 1 segment. Someone was talking about 8 seconds. Oh, yeah, that was where we got off on this thing. Pretty much my opinion on this stuff is if you actually have something that makes money, then it's worth using. Okay, I've got a few things that make a little bit of money, and it's like, I don't mind spending $20 a month on that because I'll make more than $20 a month off of it. But as the open source enthusiasts that we are, I wouldn't pay $150 to play with this. Probably maybe what I would do is rent a GPU space, but even then, I don't know. You can do stuff on Honeywell. All right. Duck says, what's the best camera control AI video? Okay, I don't know. I've been reading some stuff about Vase. Let's go over to Reddit real quick. So there was some Vase stuff in here that I saw where they're actually able to control the camera. Oh, check this out. This is pretty wild. So that's your control video, and they turned this guy video into this. This is using Vase. So we'll be looking at this. That's kind of some camera control stuff over there. There was another one down here where they were making the person bigger, and so anyway, Vase will be the way to look at probably with that. Well, let's check out a pretty woman here. Dude, we are all kings in our own minds now that we have AI. Yeah, this is all ControlNet stuff. Problem with 14B again is it's out of range of what we can do. But I am looking at some geguffed versions, so I made this. Still takes like 4 or 5 minutes. Oops. But that's pretty high quality. That's a Quant 5 using Vase. One thing I will say about Vase is the faces and the boobies and all that kind of stuff, the bodies are more realistic than any of the ones that I've seen. It's quite good. And I'm playing around with a LoRa over here that they mentioned that Kijai has made. It's this CosVid, and it says it speeds it up by like 5 times. That was made with CosVid. I tried running through this workflow and it was taking forever, and so I canceled it, and then I used that LoRa CosVid. You can find that by going to civitai.com, or is it Civitai? Yeah, .com. Doing a search for CosVid. Find it right there. Okay? So be warned that this has a lot of not safe for work stuff, so you want to keep her either turned off completely or blurred, or else you might be surprised when your mother or your girlfriend or your boss walks in and you're just casually browsing. But that all being said, yeah, you know, it's cool stuff. All right, let's see what else we got here. Point says he likes Vase, but the outputs don't have the shine and pop the plain Vaughn does. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty impressed with Vase. I have had some crap come out, and I have found that the quants don't really matter. Well, if you go, quant 5 is pretty much what I've seen. You don't want to go below. But as for time-wise, they all take the same. But I've seen them impressive. I'm more impressed with the realistic-looking faces and bodies and body parts with Face. Have I tried Float on GitHub talking avatar? I have not. I'll have to look into that. Roland G said, I made a music video with Float and used my Sonos song. Well, let's go check it out. Float GitHub. Float. Where does Float schedule? Which one of these is it, I wonder? Okay, this looks like too much for my weak little brain to comprehend, so we'll have to come back to this. Roland G says, made music points. I'm getting caught behind here with the... someone posted a 1B second Vase vid on Bandoku, used 896 gigabytes of VRAM. Holy shit. That's a lot. So they do have a 1.3 billion parameter Vase, which I've used, and it works fast. You can get it in like a minute and a half, and it's not bad. Let me see if I can pull up a 1.3 billion. Here, I made this using 1.3B model. So that's almost right. Totally, the swords get all messed up. But look at that face and stuff. So this is the 1.3. This took me 90 seconds to make, which is more what I like. I would honestly rather have something like this in 90 seconds than I would spend 10 minutes waiting for something. And honestly, you could fix that with prompting. This, again, was the one we did. This took about 5 minutes and used that other Laura. Not a lot of movement, though. And it'd be nice to get longer stuff. Make sure. This is image to video using Vase. And I think that, again, took maybe 90 seconds or so. So for me, the balance is all going to come on quality versus speed. I'm generally going to go towards speed. So out of all of this, I think this looks the best. This was the most satisfying for the speed, but lots of errors. You know, and image to video, but, you know, it's not bad. But again, it's 3 seconds. What you could do with these things, honestly, these headshots, is you could use them in a lip syncing software. Okay, we should probably move on. Point says, okay, Cloudy Day asks, is Comfy UI the way to go for AI face swap? No. Point has it right. Visomaster or Rope. And I'm going to be honest, I still like Rope better than Visomaster. They're made by the same people, but the upgrades to Visomaster, I don't like the settings layout as much as I like Rope Live a lot. It's still the best face swapping software. And I do think Reactor is fantastic because you can throw it into a workflow. Like literally all you'd have to do here is you just get the output. So notice how this is going to output, well, it's going to output to somewhere, okay? And all you got to do is just hijack it. It's like when it's going to the save, you can grab it from here and throw it into your Reactor and then back out. It's so easy to use. Okay, Steve Kennedy, 90 seconds to generate. That was on my 4090. 9-layer Nige says, I've given up on speed steps as the rejection rate is too high. Gotcha. Yeah, so Nige is showing some good stuff. Nigel, if you don't mind, I'll show some of the stuff you've been working on. Let me go over here and see if I can. Nigel's actually putting together. I'm going to say out of all you guys, Nigel's doing the most impressive stuff that he's sharing, at least. I'm sure you guys are all doing impressive stuff. Nigel's sharing stuff, and it's good. It does make me wonder how long he spends on some of this stuff. But he's actually making videos and using music and lip syncing. Let me see this one. If I can download this really quickly. And, whoops, popped back up to the sexy gal. Oh, damn it. Hold on a sec. All right, this is Nigel's stuff here.
And so it begins.
Oh, I'm back. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, what happened is this. See this piece of... For some reason, you guys get the echo. When it's playing off the computer, it echoes, so I have to turn it off, and then I'm hyper, so I forget to turn it back on. So, testing, 1, 2, 3. What I was saying was that all praise to Nigel for doing that. Clap, clap, clap. For my money, that's the kind of stuff you want to be doing. That's great stuff. And then Kennedy asked, he said, wait, I've been using Reactor this this whole time. And I'm laughing because when you guys couldn't hear me, Point says, sounds like an encouraging speech. I'm like, go out there, guys, and hit them hard, and we're going to do this. But you can't hear. I'm like General Patton out there. And they're all like, we can't hear you. So that's pretty freaking funny. Okay. Any rate. So, yeah. So for a Reactor, you can't beat it because as long as it's got an output, you can throw it into Reactor and you're going to be able to change it. The thing with Rope is you're going to have a hell of a lot more settings. So let me see if I can get over to Rope real quick here. There we go. All right, so hold on. Rope has a huge screen. VisoMaster does improve the screen, but you're going to see over here, Steve, you've got all of these settings. You've got an occluder. Occluder is one of the most powerful settings you can have. So, like like when you're got a video and the dude is there we go. Hey. And you're drinking a soda, right? And the AI will show the lips through the soda because it's literally generating lips. So you hit the occluder button over here, bap, and it actually will create the can on the outside. That's one of your most powerful settings. You can't do that stuff in Reactor I don't know, maybe you can, not very easily. That's obviously powerful. Another thing about using Rope is that you can use multiple faces. So you find faces, it will literally find every face in that video. And you can do 5, 6, 7, 8 faces. A lot of times when I'm doing a video, what'll happen is you'll end up, it'll be like my face on there, but then the guy turns a little bit and it pops back to his face. So I can find his face multiple times throughout the video and say each instance like this, put my face on it. So that way it's not popping back and forth. So anyway, really powerful. That's the difference between rope. But you're right, Steve, it's not as fast as the other, as Reactor. Reactor is really good, quick and dirty. Also, the thing about using it with using Reactor with your workflows. Oops, I started the bar again. Hold on a second. All right. With your workflows is that, like I said, you can run Vase or Hunyuan or Wan or whatever and just snap it into place. With rope, you would have to generate it, save it, then do your face swap. Okay, let's go on. Roland says, I've never heard of them, heard of Reactor, but haven't used it. So all of these things, just FYI, guys, you can get at Get Going Fast. If you're a Farmhand member, you get all this stuff for free. So you might as well just mess around with it. That's what I do. I spend all my time just installing and uninstalling stuff. So you can go to reactor.getgoingfast. Okay, and you can get the nodes there for Comfy UI. You can go to rope.getgoingfast.pro. Download rope. Okay, there's also a manual installation. You can go to visomaster.getgoingfast.pro. There's the newest version of that. You can grab the manual or the portable there, and we have roop.getgoingfast.pro. They're all there. So you can find them all over here, download them all, and see which one you like best. Now, if you are running a 50 series, okay, if you are running a 50 series, I want to let you know that we are working on these things to make them work better for you, okay? Because a lot of this stuff is getting broke with the new stuff because it requires new torches and all this kind of just you have to update it. So I want you guys to pay attention. If you're paying attention over at getgoingfast.pro, we're updating stuff. We just updated the new Focus installer, okay? SVFR, that's the upscaling thing. It's okay, you know. That's now working. Okay, we've got Framepack Studio is now working with the 50 series. All right, we just did a thing on upgrading Visomaster so you can use it with the this series. Okay, so we got all this stuff that we're working on. I'm working literally as soon as we're done here. I'm going back to working on Roop to make sure it works on. So all these things are great. If you want to find a particular app, go to list.getgoingfast.pro, and we have a list that's mostly updated. All this different stuff. And if you're a Farmhand member, you get all this stuff for free. So like literally just be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's just download something and install it. Okay, and that's how you learn. Okay, rope is great. I did a James Bond face swap, Blowfield, Indiana, Arnold, too funny as heck. Yep. I have a whole over on my YouTube page. I have a whole series of stuff that will inspire you to rope greatness. Over here, I think under face swap videos. Oops. Where's it go? I have tons. All this stuff down here. Yeah, baby. This is I'll find you. I'll kill you. I'll get you going fast. This is Get Going Fast. So, all right. Any rate, we're back to that. Okay, let's get to wrapping it up here. I'm going to check out the things. If you guys got any more questions here, let's see here. Rope Live's the best. Do we have to use the installation you did about the Fiber Series cards for 3090? No. So, Roland, if you have a 3090, just use the regular ones. Guys, this is the key. If you're using a 30 or 40 series, grab the ones that use CUDA 12.6, okay? If you're using the 50 series, use the ones that have 12.8. Now, look me in the eyes. I want to make this very clear, okay? We've talked about this before. You have big CUDA. That's what you install on your system, your drivers, okay? Regardless if you have a 30, a 40, or a 50 series, you can install CUDA 12.8. or 12.9, whatever you want. They're backwards compatible. Big CUDA, that's your drivers. Okay. Now, when we get into working with these applications, typically what we do is we install Torch, and Torch comes with CUDA. Okay. Now, if you're running a 30 or a 40 series, you have got to make sure that you grab it with 12.6 or lower. It will not work if you choose the 12.8. So I'm going to show you. If we type Torch install and we go here to get started, notice down here you've got some options. If you choose 12.8 and you have a 30 or a 40 series, it won't work. Okay? Grab the 12.6. This is the little CUDA, okay? This is the road that we're using. Okay, we got the factory, big CUDA, but it's backwards compatible, okay? We can still use 12.6, 11.8 to get there. If you are running, okay, look me in the eyes again. If you're running a 50 series, you have to grab CUDA 12.8 or it will not work. That is the difference. Big CUDA versus little CUDA, okay? Little CUDA is how we're getting to the factory. The factory is where it's happening. Okay, the Torch with CUDA, the little CUDA, that's the path where those are the trucks that go to the factory and bring the stuff back. You know, the semi truck goes in there, loads it up, heads back out the other direction. Okay, 12.8 for a 50 series, 12.6 or lower for your 3090s. So, especially when you're over at Get Going Fast, if you don't have a 50 series, don't grab the 50 series. But I will tell you this. I'm starting to create the installations so that when you install them, you can choose. Okay, so you don't have to grab different ones. It'll just say, do you have a 50 series card or do you not have a 50 series card? And it will install the correct one. Nigel wants to know if I can do a YouTube poll to see who has a 50 series. Sure, why not? Roland says, can I upload my music, talking avatar underscore so people can see? I was using the foot. Yeah, absolutely. Upload it, and I'll share it next week. If you send me your stuff, I will show it next week, Monday, during our weekly review. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. Thanks, guys, for showing up. If you do get a thing here asking if you want to send a super thank you or whatever, thank you very much. That helps me with my monthly bills. This is what I do full time. I want to help you guys to encourage your hobby. It's my hobby. And I'm going to be honest, it's the first hobby I found in my life that I actually can work with. You know, I love computers. Never wanted to make a cent off computers because I loved them too much, right? It's like I always felt like these guys that play tennis, you know, they play tennis, they love tennis, and then it becomes this pro thing and they just kind of lose the love and this and that. I never wanted that to happen. AI is the first thing that I found that I'm like, man, I just want to spend all my time doing it. I build a business around it, all this good stuff. So your guys' support helps keep doing that, and hopefully then I'm able to bring value to your hobbies as well. So thank you guys so much for being part of that. All right, we are going to end it up here. Thanks again to Mike and Steve for showing up. Those are our Blue Star members. You guys are the bomb. Thanks for being part of it. As well, all the rest of you guys that keep showing up. I love you, man. Oh, I love you. And we will catch up with you. I guess we're going to catch up to you on Monday. I got a few things for you. Oh, be on the lookout. I just uploaded. What did I just upload? I just uploaded something to Get Going Fast. And my brain is going so fast that I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, the Focus. I just uploaded a new Focus, a great image generator. Okay, this is probably your fastest, easiest one to go to. You can run this on old machines, but this one is the new 50s installer. So go ahead and grab it. Okay, I'll probably do another live stream later this week, just kind of more of a fun thing. So pop in or don't pop in, whatever you want. And... you know, and we'll be having some more apps coming out. So keep your eye open for new stuff coming up. With that, we're going to give you a hearty this and that. Check out my music online, Jim Day and the Better Stories. And you guys hang out. Roland G says, put it on the mute channel. If you come over, if you have stuff to share, come over to the Discord and just put it in general or in video generation or image generation. Flag me in it so that I know it's there. All right, we're going to see you there, guys. So be well.